The chapter 10 of the Gita concludes the brilliant exposition on the nature of God by clarifying the relationship between the Supreme Creator and the created. The entire universe, comprising both the sentient beings and the insentient entities, constitute the divine vibhutis of the Lord, since He, as the creator and ruler, is immanent in them as their antaryami, controlling them from within. The Lord is Vibhu, one who controls and owns. All the sentient and insentient entities are his vibhutis, his aishwarya, that is, his wealth or property. Having heard about the true nature of God and his divine glories, Arjuna in chapter 11, Vishwarupa Sandarshana Yoga, expresses his desire to be granted a direct revelation of the Lord. Lord Krishna then grants Arjuna divine vision, divine eyes with which Arjuna can behold the Vishwarupa, cosmic form of the Lord, God's natural form, Lord as He is, the ultimate reality, an organic unity, the Shariri with the entire universe as his Sharira, a form which reveals in full glory how the universe is related to the Lord, how creation is related to the Creator, how a property is related to its owner, a form full of auspicious qualities and endless manifestations. The Vishwarupa of the Lord is his natural form, the Lord as He is. It is important to understand that the Lord suddenly did not assume a new form. He did not start to grow in gigantic proportions and showed that to Arjuna. The divine eyes granted by the Lord empowered Arjuna to get the divine vision, see the ultimate reality, the supreme lordly form. The Vishwarupa is all encompassing. Therefore, Arjuna, the seer of this form, should also be part of the seen vision. That is the wonder of wonders. This is the awe-inspiring vision. Imagine suddenly a cell getting a multi-dimensional vivid vision of the entire human body, which is made up of 100 trillion cells. Just imagine. The Vishwarupa of the Lord provides a glorious perspective, complete clarity on the constitutional position of the individual souls, matter, and the Lord. This all-inclusive perspective helps form the right vision of who we are, our relationship with God, and the nature of our duty. And therefore, the choices with regard to our actions, the duties that we need to perform, become crystal clear. The revelation of the divine cosmic form is also intended to eliminate Arjuna's egoistic sense of being the agent of his actions and to demonstrate that he is just an instrument in the hands of God. The divine glory seen by Arjuna is not any illusory manifestation, nor it is any poetic imagination. Lord Krishna himself reveals his lordly form to Arjuna in response to his ardent request. The divine glory seen by Arjuna represents the infinite character of Paramatma, his supreme power to contain in him the entire universe of sentient beings and insentient entities, his enchanting personality, bedecked with divine ornaments that attracts the adoration and devotion of the devotees, and his all-comprehending spiritual form. In the limitless form of the Lord, in one spot, Arjuna sees the whole universe with the infinite Prakriti, countless jivas, and the numerous spheres and species of all beings, all spread out not as a chaotic multiplicity, but as the modes of a unifying substratum, which is the divine supreme being. Arjuna sees all that our ordinary understanding reveals as past, present, and future, consisting in a simultaneous divisionless instant, giving him a glimpse of what is known as omniscience. The Vishwarupa of the Lord conveys vital divine attributes. The Lord is the supreme being and the imperishable. He is the ultimate resting place of the universe. He is the guardian of the eternal Dharma. He is the primal person. He is the one without a beginning, middle, or end. He is the cause of both creation and destruction. He is the supreme goal. He is our destiny. The cosmic form is awe-inspiring and at the same time frightening because for the moment the Lord is engaged in the work of destruction. There is one facet of the form that is terrifying and fierce, of a fearful grandeur, which Arjuna did not expect to see. A cosmic conflagration appears to be going on. To Arjuna is given the choice of carrying out the divine purpose to the extent of his limited, finite power, or walk away from his duty on the battlefield. But it is not in Arjuna's power to stop the war or influence the outcome. तस्मात्त्वमुत्तिष्ठ यशो लभस्व जित्वा शत्रून् भुङ्क्ष्व राज्यं समृद्धं मयैवेते निहताः पूर्वमेव निमित्तमात्रं भव सव्यसाचिन्. निमित्तमात्रं भव सव्यसाचिन्. Therefore arise, win fame, vanquishing your enemies and destroying your enemies, enjoy a prosperous kingdom. For these warriors have already been killed by me. Be just an instrument of mine, hey Arjuna. Be just an instrument of mine, declares Sri Krishna. To be an instrument is to be free of ego, free of selfishness, free of I-ness and mine-ness. Nimittamatram is a formula for carrying out our duties. It is a formula for enlightened living. The supreme motive of conduct in all cases is the dedication of every act to God. Initiated into this supreme knowledge, Arjuna receives a new inspiration for righteous warfare by attuning his will to the divine will. The philosophy of conduct with nimittamatram as an intrinsic value is progressively realized by the threefold sadhanas of karma yoga, jnana yoga, and bhakti yoga, the three stages of spiritual ascent. The first formula, karma yoga, is the imperative of duty as a divine command. The second formula, jnana yoga, is a practice of viveka, discrimination, and vairagya, detachment for self-mastery and self-realization. The third formula, bhakti yoga, is for the final and complete transformation, shifting of the reference of activity from the individualistic sphere to the cosmic sphere, shifting of the reference of activity from Purusha to Purushottama. Krishna concludes this chapter with a very important verse. Matkarma krin matparamo matbhaktah sangavajjitah nirvairah sarvabhuteshu yassamameti pandava. Whosoever does my work, holds me to be supreme, is devoted to me, is free from all attachments, is devoid of hatred, he attains me, hey Arjuna, declares Lord Krishna. This concluding verse of chapter 11 sums up the teaching of Bhakti Yoga with all its aspects, the very essence of the Gita. Krishna here lists the key choices to be made in our lives. Making the choice of doing God's work. That is, selfless work which is contributory in nature. Making the choice of holding God to be the supreme. Making the choice of being a true devotee. To be constantly in awe of the Creator and His creation. Making the choice of not being selfish and being passionately dispassionate. Making the choice of not hating anyone and loving all. These choices are possible only through a right perspective and a right vision. Experiencing Bhagavan's Vishwarupa makes this possible. Ekadashe swayathatmya sakshatkara avalokanam tattamuktam vidipraptyor bhaktyeka upayata tatha. This is a summary shloka of chapter 11 by Swami Alavandar in his Gita Sangraha. Ekadase swayatatmya sakshatkara avalokanam. Bhagavan Sri Krishna grants Arjuna divine vision in order to enable and empower him Sri Krishna's true nature and form. Vidipraptyor bhaktyeka upayata tatha. Bhakti is the only means to fully know, see, and attain Bhagavan. Thus, chapter 11 answers all our questions regarding God, His true nature, His glorious forms, the reason for our inability to see Him, and the only means to know Him, see Him, and ultimately reach Him. Discovering our God is a journey, an exhilarating, exciting, electrifying journey. Seeing Him and experiencing Him is the summit of this glorious journey. Sarvam Sri Krishnarpanamastu.